Oh, that's weird. Why is it like that? Hello. Hello. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Toss my gum out. That's unladylike, isn't it? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. This is, excuse me, I believe episode 3, if I'm correct. Now, sorry, now all of a sudden I got the hiccups. I was all pumped to do the show. I've been waiting to watch this with you guys, but let's do the little intro. So, for those that do not know, welcome. My name is Anna. I am excited, excited today. I've totally lost my train of thought. I had never watched my own intro, so I was like, "Oh, I made this so long ago. I need a new one." But guys, okay. So I have been doing this. This is now my 3rd week. I am going to be reacting and providing commentary to like my favorite YouTube reality competition art show called The Outstanding Artist. Now, this is over on the Milan Art Institute channel, and I have watched every single season of the show that they've done. So, this is season 4. So, I have watched season 1, season 2, and season 3. And I was actually just telling Peaches, my husband, about this. And kind of my gripes with this season, if you were to go back, I believe, over here on this, channel's playlist, you guys can go and you can see, okay, here we go, is Outstanding Artist Season 1, Outstanding Artist Season 2, and Season 3. Outstanding Artist Season 1 is fun because it's the family. If you guys aren't familiar with the Milan Art Institute or, like, the Milans, they're, a family of artists, and they started this college together, but their oldest daughter is, like, an art prodigy, and she, like, jump-started her parents' careers when she was, like, a little kid. Like, they were both of her parents paint, and they were doing a bunch of paintings, and she just came in, like, their art studio, and she asked if she could paint on one of their, like, discarded canvases, and so they let her, and it was incredible in that, they showed it to the gallery, and the gallery was like, "Yeah, do, like, 12 more paintings like that." So she got them into the gallery, and the husband and wife created a style together where the wife, Ellie, would start a painting and her husband would come in and, like, finish it, and that's how they were able to, like, duplicate their tiny, like, daughter's style, and, so they've been very successful artists, and all of their children are very successful artists, and they have this art reality show, and if you watch the season 1, it's, a few others that aren't members of their family, but then it's, like, the family competing, so you get to kinda get to know them. Season 2, in my opinion, is the best season. That, I think, is the most fun to watch, and it's, like, a bunch of, interesting people, and I really like the challenges, I like the way that it's filmed, and it's, in my opinion, the most fun. So, I really liked the format of season 2, plus each episode was, like, an hour long, which, as you guys know, I like watching longer streams and stuff like that. And now, the Outstanding Artist episode, or, season 3, was fun too, but it was in Greece, so they did all of their challenges in Greece, which was fun to watch. I would just say I would have liked it to be focused more on, like, the making, it's not that it wasn't. From my memory of it, 'cause I watched it over a year ago, it was just too much crying for me. And I get it, you're traveling, you're very passionate about your art, but it was too much for me. So, while I do like it, there's just that's what's been burned into my memory, and I know there's a little bit of a controversy with it because one of, like, the finalists dropped out because, like, the editing of the show was taking too long, so she couldn't come back for that final challenge. So, overall, I would say season 2 was their most successful. Now, going into season 4, I do have my gripes about it, as you guys watched the past 2 episodes know. Any reality show I've ever watched, what they do is they do the challenges. Like, for example, I'll do the Great British Baking Show. If you guys watch that, I know in different countries it's called different things. Here in America, you guys can go check it out. It's on Netflix. It is so much fun. Like, it's the most happy, feel good, like, it's aesthetically pleasing show, and so it's just a bunch of British people in a tent baking, and it's very similar to this where it's like they have 3 challenges. They have the first one, which is, I can't remember what it's called. I know the second one's called the technical challenge, and then the third one is, like, the showpiece one, and yes, the episodes are, like, an hour long, but you do 3 challenges, and at the end of the episode, somebody gets out, and that's how I've always seen game shows for forever. You don't have Netflix? I'm sure you can find it online, Patrick T in the chat. It's a really fun show. Like, even if you don't like if you're not interested in baking or cooking, it's just a fun show to watch. Even, like, the visuals when they, like, do little illustrations of, like, what the people are gonna bake, it's like, ooh, it makes you hungry, though. I will say that. So with this, I really don't like the format of this new season. I don't like it that the first episode, so we've gone and we've watched these. So, let's see, is this those are the trailers. But so the past 2 episodes really should have just been combined into 1 episode for so what they've done for at least so far. So far, I get that you wanna have it shorter for YouTube, but I don't like having to wait a week. So it's like you get to the middle of the episode, which is episode 1, and then it ends, and then next episode is episode 2, and they finish all of the challenges from episode 1. I don't like that. I think that should have been 1 episode. Again, I get it. You want it to be searchable and, more with the YouTube God, what YouTube favors. I personally don't like that. I would recommend just doing the hour and, because they release these on Fridays, do the full hour, and that's where you can see all 3 challenges come to fruition, and then somebody gets out at the end. They're not doing that. I remember them at least in season 2, I remember them doing, like, the grading, and so there's people that, like, rank higher and then rank lower, but that was with each individual challenge, and so at the end, the person with the lowest points is the one that's out. I like that better. I don't like this new format where apparently nobody's getting out until later. I don't understand it. Maybe there will be more clarification with in this episode, we will see, but overall, I, I don't personally like this new layout. Or format, excuse me. I'm not, after just 2 episodes, I'm not liking that. Even I was talking with Peaches, and I'm like, any game show I've ever seen where it's a competition, it's you do the challenges and somebody gets out at the end, whether it be Face Off, where I've talked about that before. It's a special effects, game show. That one is a lot of fun, and that one, they do the 3 challenges, and at the end, somebody gets out, and that's, it I feel like that's how all of them work, but it could just be, you know, could just be me. I don't know. Alright, let's, I've been ranting long enough. I forgot to share my audio. Let's get right into episode 3 because I've been waiting. These come out at, like, Fridays at 11 a.m., and I wait until Monday night so I can, do these watch watch-alongs with you guys, and I've been dying to watch this. Patrick T, thank you for becoming a new member. Yes, thank you for becoming a member of my channel. I appreciate it. Okay, let's watch this one. No. I think let me adjust. Okay, I do have it a little bit faster. So I'm gonna go 1.25 just so in case, like, I don't wanna get struck by YouTube, even though this is transformative content, okay? Oh.
Everybody bow your heads and pray for Jody. I don't know how it's possible for me to finish it. You stand there so close to the easel, everything looks great, and then you step back and you're like, oh my God, what have I done?
What the fuck is that? I've been so supportive of you, like, screw you.
Previously on The Outstanding Artist, our 12 contestants completed the first 3 challenges of the season, and the judges revealed the first leaderboard. Some artists pulled ahead, but it's still anyone's game. Their journey continues with 2 new trials, the dreaded oil cityscape and an acrylic abstract landscape. 12 artists remain, but in the end, only one will rise above the rest to become...
See, it shouldn't be 12 artists. It should be 11. They should have gotten somebody out on episode 1. Just my quick critique.
The outstanding artist.
Oh, and I will be better about pausing when I talk. I've gotten feedback from you guys that it's louder than me and you guys can't hear me when I talk when it's still playing, so I apologize.
These 12 artists are about to create what is perceived to be the most difficult subject in oil painting, a cityscape. And they have an hour and a half to do their underpainting. So let's get started. Your challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Cityscapes are one of the toughest subjects. So many lines, angles, and highlights to get right. Our artists have 90 minutes to complete the indirect underpainting. Later, they'll get 2 more hours to finish as much of the painting as possible, plus a bonus 5 hours of what we call freestyle time to refine any of this week's challenges. In this first step, they need to block in the composition and forms. Then, in the subtractive glaze layer, they'll bring those forms to life with value. But this first step is crucial.
The thing about cityscapes is that perspective is really important. You blow the whole thing if you don't have that vanishing point in the right spot or the line straight. I'm excited about today to do the subtraction and see how that goes. I don't know if it's how I would have normally approached a cityscape. I guess I don't paint cityscapes normally. So.
You don't have to get the exact right amount of windows. Like, you're just about proportions and lines. And I'm so left-brained that to me, I'm like, yeah, just draw lines. It's looking where those highlights are, looking for your angles, good subtraction tools, rubbing things out. That's the key.
Coming off the results of last episode, the pressure is higher than ever. Some artists are carrying momentum, while others are desperate for redemption. Every brushstroke counts, and the weight of this competition is starting to sink in.
I was pretty bummed being last. Never really been somebody that excelled in anything in particular, and art was like something that I always loved. So then to come last in something that you are so passionate about and actually feel good at, it was like, well, I'm average at that too.
There's so many different factors here that could affect you as an artist. You're painting under a time constraint. Maybe being surrounded by people constantly talking and things like that really gets on your nerves. We kind of just all go off to our studios and shut the door, and that's our space in there. And this is so different. And you can look at an artist and you can go, wow, they make amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I would be going crazy if I was stuck in this situation. Like, because you're not allowed to listen to music. So you can't have headphones in or anything. I would not be a happy camper. I mean, I could do it, but like with how close they are, I'm claustrophobic. So like just looking at this room, it's driving me bananas. Like,
Paintings, but they could have worked on it for a month. So here we've got like, what, 5 hours, 6 hours? It's wild.
I think as artists, as creatives, you're always trying to prove yourself that my voice has a purpose. And so when you're expressing yourself on canvas, that's a big deal. And I think that's why people take it so hard. We all feel kind of like we're doing surprisingly well because it is mentally taxing, and like there's little comments and jabs and your painting shouldn't have won. And I'm like, okay.
For some artists, the pressure is all due to the challenge. But
I want to know who said your painting shouldn't have one. I was actually about to say, I think her or the Scottish chick I'm going to predict this now. It's either the ginger or the Scottish chick that's going to win. That's what I think. I could probably do some research and try to like find out, but I'm going to guess. Do you guys have your guesses on who's going to win? I feel like one of them is going to win, or the brunette chick.
for Len, it's more personal. She nearly walked away in the first episode, and now, halfway through the underpainting of her cityscape, she carries the weight of proving to herself that she belongs here. It's a feeling that still lingers.
The bottom line was physical beyond exhaustion. I couldn't keep going. And I'm the type of person where I will draw the line, just keep bombing out and feel physically exhausted on top of all of it. That's not a good feeling.
Confidence is a big part of any artist's journey, and Lynn isn't the only one working through it. Many of the artists are feeling that same pressure, especially when it comes to their sources. A source isn't just a reference, it's a roadmap. Without a strong source, your artistic skills won't shine through.
I never do the whole source making thing. I'm very old school and I'm very not technical. I came with a source and then I was like, it's kind of wonky. And then I showed it to Rita and she was like, you should do something more bold. And so I was showing her, I was like, well, I was thinking that. She was like, yeah, you should do that one. And then it had like a million windows. And I was like, oh.
I feel slightly inadequate. These girls, when they show me their sources, I'm like,
A great reference might give you direction, but structure is what brings the painting to life. Let's hear from Ellie about...
You know what I would do? Okay. I don't know what their criteria is. Like if there has to be multiple buildings that are like crisp to where it's like the more than like one focal point. I would pick something really iconic like the Sydney Opera House and paint it at night. That way you can make things disappear in the shadows and then make your focal point like something where it's like the highlight. So if you've ever seen the Sydney Opera House, it's supposed to look like what is it, like waves or sails? Or you could do one of those, what's that? I can never pronounce it. It's that church that's in Spain. It's in Barcelona. It's the one that's, like, all weird, and it was, like, under construction for, like, hundreds of years. So, something iconic that, like, looks different than every other building, and then you could paint, uh, especially if you do it at night, you can paint, you can really focus on your highlights in one certain area that'll, make it pop more than the rest of it, and, very high contrast, it's morphed arches. Well, you wanna do something different, like, unless they were told, like, you just have to do a city, you can't do, like, the San Francisco Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, you can't do the Empire State Building, you can't do the Eiffel Tower, like, you can't do iconic landmarks, it just has to be generic city, but no, it's like, this like, the Chapel de Familia that's in, like is it in Barcelona? Like, something like that where it's, like, wonky and weird, like the Sydney Opera House. That's what I would do. I would do it at night with it, like, in a part of the canvas and, like, night sky. I don't know what the I do not know. Yes, the Gaudi is this one. It's the De Familia. I don't know how to say it, but I would do something like that. Something bizarre and iconic, and then at night. That's what I would do. I don't know what their criteria is because they haven't said, like, very specifically, but here, let me pull up, an image. Okay, let's see. Sit 'Cause you want something that's gonna be high contrast that can be seen across, like, the room. Like, look at that. Look, there you go. There's the image, the little small one right there. I mean, you can get it or something like that. Or here you go. At night, you don't have to paint the buildings. You can just do the impressions of light, and then you get a city, you get water, and you get a building that everyone knows. Like something like this as compared to painting like a bunch of buildings. This would be monumentally easier, and, it's gonna stand out compared to everyone else's. Oh, that's an interesting angle. I've never seen it from that angle, but that's cool. You can even add those lights. You can even do something like that. There you go, that angle. Just a bunch of triangles. But see, that's something that I would do. Let's see. But I don't know what the criteria is. If they're like, you have to see at least like 5 different buildings in perspective, then that goes out the window. I'd have to think of something else, but they need to, usually they tell you what the like, explicitly what the criteria is, and, they haven't this time.
About the step-by-step approach behind building a successful cityscape.
So in order to paint this cityscape painting, these artists will do a 3-step process that's called indirect painting. Their first step is they're just gonna go light and bright with the most brightest, most garish colors they can, blocking in the general forms of the city. Once that is completely dry, step 2 is a very dark transparent glaze. They'll cover their entire painting in a dark transparent glaze, and then they'll subtract out the highlights. The final and third step is the opaque layer, and that's where the final touches come in and the details. So by this point, they better have their perspective correct, they better have their proportions correct, they're just rendering the highlights, putting in the details, all those windows, and making their city piece look its best.
You guys have 24 minutes left, and some of you thought 45 minutes would be enough. For some of you, it was. For others, I'm sure the hour and a half is a necessity.
As time ticks on, something interesting is happening. A few of the
I would just like to say I do not like the technique that they're using, but you can do it. It's just I feel like the way I was taught to paint is the exact opposite of what they do.
contestants feel like they're already done with their underpaintings.
If we go anymore, it's just going to get muddy, I think. So just need to peace out for a bit and get a coffee.
We might regret it tomorrow that we didn't do more, but
We'll see.
I like this process.
Yeah, I think it gives the painting like a cool inner glow. So if you have light shining in a city, you can really reflect that in here.
you can find some really cool like shapes. And even if the colors blend and something is like off proportion, you can still find some fun discoveries with that. That's why I don't like.
Don't you know notice how it's like this girl was in the top, this girl was one of the top ones, and this girl was pretty high up? You know, they're right. Once you get to a certain point, you need to stop. That's why when I've done like my streams before, like when I was painting that the cover that didn't get used, I feel like that's the story of my life now. Uh, how I would get to a point and I'd have to stop because I needed it to like get to a certain point before I could add like the airbrush and stuff. So that's a big part of it, is knowing when to walk away so you don't overwork it. So they're not showing any of the drama side to this, because I'm sure that one girl that, some of the girls that are like in the bottom, they're probably, that it's hard not to like, be self-conscious, or like when you see people that are like sitting and resting while you're like working, to get a little resentful and to have some comments, which when you're frustrated like that, I totally get it. But, you need to know when you need to step away. And I'm guilty all the time of not knowing when to step away, so I get it.
See what happens.
15 minutes left, everyone. Okay, nice chatting.
Thanks, Wise guys. I appreciate that. Oh, fixing silly art. It's fun. Well, me and Cecil might be collaborating very, very soon. So you will find out soon. Keep your eyes and ears open.
Cityscapes can range in difficulty depending on the complexity you choose to take on. Some artists went for ambitious sources, and Alexis may have chosen one of the toughest of all, a city reflected in the glasses of a woman's face, drawing plenty of comments from her peers.
So we had something a little bit unexpected just happen. I was just teasing Alexis about her source.
Jake, you got in my head. I'm like,
Oh no, did I take on?
Well, I will say he said it to me about the birds, and it came true. So
what the fuck is that? I've been so supportive of you. Like, screw you. No. I'm not playing that game.
I think Alexis actually took it personally. Linda, it wasn't clear if she was joking or not. I don't know.
She was
Could have been
clearly
an artist that's
joking.
just having thick skin, it's not letting anything.
She was clearly joking. Oh my god. Okay.
Get into your head. Let's go check on her, actually.
We're just talking about you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. The only concern is like if it was a little too creative with this city idea, right? We're all nervous. We all want to make it to top 6. And so you kind of want to be like, well, you're going to fail. I hope you fail because I want that spot.
Tensions
Okay, no. This is very clever, because at the end of the day, what are you going to do with these paintings? You're going to want to sell them, right? So she is thinking outside of the box and got creative. And look at how much, like, in my opinion, her peacock painting, while it was not my favorite one, she did a fucking ton. She did like 30 roses on top of a painting in an insanely detailed peacock. So she proved that she has the capability to do something complicated in the same time frame. So if anyone can do it, I think she can. Her and the Scottish girl are probably I don't want to say the most talented, but their skill level is very high. So I think that they could do it.
Starting to run high, and not every comment is landing lightly. But with only a few minutes left, there's no time to dwell. Half of the artists have finished their underpainting, and the rest are racing to complete this crucial first layer before time runs out.
I kept hearing Ellie's voice in my head. It's okay if it runs together, and you don't have to be so precise. And I kept thinking that because I was like, oh my gosh.
I know that I can do good work. It's just I felt in my gut this time that it wasn't. I get so anxious about doing well, and I get in my own head, and then I like just can't focus.
I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, and so there are things that I like about my work and things that I don't like about my work, and have to figure out the strategies to bring those to a level that I'm happy with.
Stephanie is actually rushing to get some of the details. Maybe she's not rushing, but
I'm not rushing.
No, Rita's Russian.
Russian.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down. You guys are done with the first part of your oil challenge of this episode. How are you guys feeling about your cityscape so far?
Like crap.
Like crap. Okay. Good, good, good. Alexis was hard on herself, but her struggle makes sense. Her reference is incredibly demanding, forcing her to juggle shifting perspectives and the lens reflections, while also capturing the likeness of the face under a tight time limit. Choosing a different source might have been the wiser move. Jody also selected a formidable scene. She's established the loose structure of the alley well, but the mix of competing colorful light sources could quickly turn muddy if they aren't carefully controlled in the next stage. Lisa may not have used every minute, but she's in a surprisingly strong position at this stage. The color story's already setting a clear mood, and the foundation of the city is in place. Can she maintain that momentum, or will she later wish she had pushed things further? Okay, well, let's get some lunch, and then we'll come back and we'll do the abstract realism landscape.
Show the other ones. I need to see. I wish that they would have shown that like before, like everybody's sources.
While these artists chow down, it's the perfect time to check in on their rankings. We got our first leaderboard of the season last episode, based on their first 3 creations. These artists have just 6 challenges standing between them and safety, because by the end of episode 6, half of the contestants will be headed home. It's still anyone's game, and there's plenty more painting ahead. The leaderboard is starting to take shape, but every challenge from here on out could turn it upside down. And this next challenge, these 12 artists were given the same exact landscape, and now they're going to abstract it. Let's see what they create. Your next challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you guys like watching these with me? I have fun doing it. Like, I actually look forward to doing this so I can just share my love for this with everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Also, shout out to everyone that's watching over on Twitch as well as YouTube and the Twatters. I appreciate you guys.
Our artists have 2 hours to create an abstract landscape. They were all given the same original image, but the freedom to make it their own, cropping a section, shifting colors, or transforming it any way they choose. Abstract landscapes demand more than just skill. They ask the artist to strip down a scene to its essence, reshaping light, color, and form into something uniquely their own. It's a test of imagination as much as it is technique.
A lot of artists can just paint realistically or representationally. Maybe it's not photorealistic, but it's representational. And then there's people that can interpret in complete abstraction. To be able to marry the two and blend the two successfully is very difficult because it almost uses different parts of your mind.
I am loving the challenges today. Very much more me. More so the abstract landscape, maybe not so much to see.
I really love painting the abstract. That's the way I paint at home. Drips and water. So it was so fun.
I'm nervous. I feel like abstracts can go either way quite easily. It's difficult. It is, the highest form of art, I suppose. People say that. It's a scary thing, I think, but it shouldn't be. It's just sort of, lines and color, but for some reason it's more scary than painting a person.
12 completely different interpretations, some taking more liberty with the abstraction, others abstracting a little less in their source, like Stephanie.
This is not abstract?
The source?
Oh, no, I didn't abstract the source. The painting will be abstract.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Stephanie's in big trouble.
I feel like I don't have a great imagination. And with abstract, you're just pulling something from nothing. I thought that the best way to go about it was to not try to create an
Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. Why do they all look like Virginians? What does that mean? Do people from Virginia look a certain way? I went to Virginia a couple years ago. I got to go to George Washington's house. That was fun. I don't understand, but thank you, Russell, for the super chat. First super chat of the night. I appreciate it.
an abstract with my source, but abstract it as I was going. And then when I got in the room and you start looking around at what everybody else is doing, then I question myself like, oh, I think I should have figured that out ahead of time.
That's pretty.
Jody taking painting outside already to let the first layer dry. The tricky part with the strippiness, especially when you're using a wider color palette, is not letting it get muddy. You do not want to start your painting out with mud because it's all downhill from there.
What Kandinsky said about abstract art is that artists have to be a master of the elements of art and above all, be a poet. So when creating an abstract, here are the do's and don'ts. What you do want to do is create lots and lots of variety and constantly think about the elements of art. So the elements of art that usually turn up in an abstract are line, color, texture, depth, form, those types of things, and scale. Scale is a big one. Composition also is extremely important when you're creating an abstract. You still have to have a foreground, a midground, and a background. I also think artists struggle if they don't have a planned out, cohesive color story. Usually that's going to be at least one dominant color with a little bit of complement and then some neutrals thrown in there. Where it can really go wrong is if they use equal amounts of color, or they create a big rainbow, or they choose colors that don't really work with each other. So really, a successful abstract is no different than a successful painting. It really just comes down to the elements of art and a good composition.
I don't know how they're going to judge the abstracts. They're so different, and everyone kind of approaches it differently.
We have no idea how they're going to look at them and what they want to see. I'm just looking at a lot of faces, looking at their abstract and be like, I don't know. And then things start to get in your head as
Oh,
well.
that
And you
one's
start to think about it and
pretty.
you see other people's
lilies.
too, and you're like, oh man.
I really feel sorry for the judges. So far, anyway. They're not done, but.
Oh my goodness.
Abstract landscapes are no easy.
Thank you, Russell, for the 2 pussy and they all Russell, be nice, but thank you for the super chat. And then I am thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay.
Feet. Many worry they won't get across the finish line. And that pressure is pushing the artist to get creative in more ways than one. Some of the easels are completely empty, as a few artists have taken their paintings outside, swinging them in the air to help them dry. The question is it smarter to stay inside and keep painting, or head out into the Florida heat and let nature speed up the drying process? There is some comfort in knowing that they'll have free time later to add more layers before judging. But even with a safety net, it doesn't change how tough it is to pull off one of these abstracts.
It's deceptively challenging. You know, you look at it and you're like, okay, that doesn't look so hard, but it's
Oh, it's
a lot
pretty.
more difficult than
Oh,
it looks.
I
And
like
I saw
that.
some
That's
people
so
that, you know,
pretty.
didn't do so well.
I'm quite upset with the results so far. It's a lot of pressure on me because lately I love abstract landscapes and I've been like really pushing and leaning into them, and like doing that kind of like sets me back, you know? Like it's just not a good painting so far.
I made a mistake, a weird thing. I had a printed source and I had a source on my iPad and they were not the same. It was slightly different. So stupid. When I have the extra time, I'm able to finish it the way I want. But for now,
That's
I mean,
pretty. I like that.
it's still,
It does look like a
needs work,
rainbow, though.
definitely.
The whole challenge, I wasn't going good. Like, I have a good first 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is good. It's going nice. I look around, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I sort of internally start to panic a bit and doubt what I'm doing.
Not having steps, like this is how you get from A to Z, is really hard for me. I have to limit myself to try to make myself loosen up. I think we'll get to a good place. And if it doesn't, we'll go to the next episode, you know?
With the clock ticking down, it's the perfect moment to see how their different approaches are unfolding on the canvas. Some are feeling confident, finding their rhythm as the painting takes shape.
How are you feeling?
Oh, that's so pretty.
Much better.
Much better?
Yeah, no, I'm good. This is more up my alley.
I think it's going pretty good. I like it. Just needs more refinement.
Above expectations.
Above expectation. That's good.
Yeah, I'm super happy because this is so out of my comfort zone. The acrylics as well as the subject matter. I'm having fun, actually.
For the comment, no dudes allowed in the competition, apparently. There's been guys in other seasons, but their criteria for qualifying to be in this show is you have to have completed their mastery program. So that's like their art college. And then I think I don't know 100%, but I think what happens is they approach you and ask if you want to be part of it, and you either say yes or no. So there could have been guys that were eligible and they just said no, and these are the people that were available to do it, and these are the people that said yes. But there's been guys in other seasons, so it's not like this is an only women show.
Others are still searching for answers, wrestling with how to bring their ideas to life.
I feel like I need more neutrals and things.
Do you think you'll start over again, or I'm just kidding?
Who knows?
Just kidding.
I don't know.
I'm an oil painter, so this is foreign to me. So I only use acrylics for washes. What's the definition of abstract landscapes?
Yeah.
You know, just
Like
sort of
done.
shapes. Is that enough to be
That's
abstract?
the tough part. Yeah.
Right.
You can't be strong at everything, right?
Your source is very ambitious. Like there's a lot of brush strokes.
Are you
happening.
surprised by what I do?
No.
Yeah.
And a few, well, let's just say they weren't exactly in the mood to chat with me.
All right, Rita, are you where you want to be?
When? Stop talking. I need to finish.
Go away.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving on.
I don't ever do abstracts. I don't ever do landscape. So there's that as a challenge. So if I could pull them off where they're decent, I'll be really happy about that, you know?
We're all really wanting to prove something to ourselves, whether it's that we have worth, that we're skilled, that we're important. That really gives you a lot of anxiety when it feels like such a big thing at stake. If I don't go to the next round, at least I gave it my all, and that's all I can do.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down. How are y'all feeling? It seems like most of the artists feel really good about their abstract landscapes. And looking around, I see some amazing work. Bree's painting stands out with a confident color story. The interplay of pinks and greens gives
Okay, that's pretty. I like this one.
it this lush, tropical energy, while still transforming the original reference into something distinctly abstract. Linda's color story is just as engaging, but she's chosen a more
I don't particularly care for the I like the source better than I like the painting, but we'll see when it's done.
unconventional palette that makes her piece feel fresh and distinct within the group. Stephanie's painting is striking. It may read as the most realistic at first, but her use of pattern and mark making starts to move it beyond just representation. Though whether that's enough for the judges remains to be seen. And a few other artists are also worried about what the judges might think.
Yeah, I think for 2 hours could have been better. I need some scumbling and blending stuff together and then rendering.
I'm not a pink girl. I feel like it's too sort of pretty and it just doesn't feel fully like me.
Well, at this point, I just hope that I will be on the bottom because I think it's not as impressive.
After letting the first layer of their oil paintings dry overnight, these artists are about to start.
Wait, I want to see all of them. I hate that they do this.
Layer of their cityscapes, and they have 2 hours to get this layer done. So, artists, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, your next challenge begins in 3, 2, 1. Go. Now that their underpaintings are dry, the artists move on to the next layer of their cityscapes. This stage is where the painting really takes shape. Color gets richer, details emerge, and the mood of the city starts to appear. And while they'll have more time later to refine, the weight of this competition is starting to set in.
I have to be goofy and energetic or I'm going to cry because it really was really stressful. My mom and dad were at their friend's house for dinner. And I said, okay, when you get off the phone, just sit down at the table and say, okay, everybody bow your heads and pray for Jody. And she texted me later and she said, we did pray for you. But I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't know how it's possible for me to finish it.
You have to make so many decisions in such a short time frame that you just like kind of go for one thing instead of another. And you stand there so close to the easel, everything looks great. And then you step back and you're like, oh my God, what have I done? And there's no way to like, I'm just gonna wait for it to dry and fix it.
I'm trying not to say anything negative to myself, but at the same time, I'm a realist. Cityscapes are very difficult for me, as I think they are for everyone, but I think I'm okay. It's the time. My battle is with the clock.
This competition is so intense, some artists are even dreaming about me, and not in a good way.
I was having a dream that I could not finish my cityscape because you would not stop talking. And so you were just talking nonstop and I was crying because I couldn't focus or finish this. And then at the end, Rita gave me a really terrible critique about it too. And so it was just like, well, I hope this doesn't come true.
The Cityscape Challenge has everyone on edge. Ellie explains what makes this so daunting.
A cityscape, really a subject matter that most artists don't ever tackle. They could go their entire career and never paint a city. They think too complicated, too difficult, too many windows, too many angles. Ugh, I don't want to do it. I don't think it's healthy for any artist to have no-fly zones. So that's why we put it in the mastery program. It's a great challenge because it's something that can get them out of their comfort zone. Then all they have is their skills to rely on.
Not everyone is weighed down by doubts. Some artists are stepping into the second stage with confidence, ready to show off their strengths.
I keep thinking of that Picasso quote, if you don't have red, you use blue. And that's so true. Just do your best with the circumstances that are here and make it fun.
Almost everyone here was like, cityscape. And I was like, let's make it interesting so you can do more than just paint cityscapes. I really like doing the details. And I think it allows you to not get in your head too much if you're just like, oh, I'm drawing lines. Look at how this is coming together, rather than like, is that line perfect? Is this line perfect? Like, that's still involved, but taking confidence in yourself and like being excited about the source, I think is key.
It all comes down to choosing one source. That's why
When we're done, I'll show you guys a building that I painted a few years ago. I actually filmed it and I meant for it to come out, but when I'm done with it, I'm thinking about either donating it or doing something with the community where where I painted the building, but I'll show you guys it when we're done with it. But honestly, I don't think buildings and cityscapes are as difficult as some people make it out to be. I feel like because it's an inorganic thing, people have that mindset that it's inorganic, so it's hard, and there's perspective and angles where it's really not. It's how to describe this? It's like, you're cooking chicken different maybe a little differently than you cook a steak, but you're still cooking at the end of the day. There's just, like, a few different techniques, but I enjoy painting buildings, especially interesting ones, so maybe I personally don't find it as daunting, but if they told me I had to do it in, like, three-point perspective and I had to get every single thing, like, 100% accurate, like, maybe that would be like, if it's technical, then going into it, I would know, okay, this is a technical piece. This isn't like my interpretation of something. So I don't know. I still feel like if anything, if you can get a likeness of a human, you can paint a building. I don't think it's as difficult as some people make it out to be. And then some people put extra work on themselves by getting really hard sources like Patrick D in the chat says it's like drawing 3D stairs. I think as long as you are confident in, your skill level, I think you can do it. I don't think drawing 3D stairs is as difficult as people make it out to be. And I hear this, every artist has heard this all the time. "Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, I can't even draw a stick figure." And it's like, "Good. If you can't even draw a stick figure, you're the perfect person to learn." That was one of the first things that I heard when I went into, like, my first intensive drawing class is the instructor said, "If you don't know how to draw, this is perfect for you because you have no, predisposed opinions and, like, it's like breaking a bad habit, like, we don't have to break you of that bad habit, we can just teach you and you'll, like, absolve it like a sponge or absorb it." Excuse me, I was using the wrong word. And so, when it comes to this, I feel like people, they just get in their head. It's not as complicated as I feel like people make it out to be. And so I'll show you when the episode's over my painting that I did a few years ago. I think it's in here. I think I have it right here. Oh, no, I think I might have moved it. Okay, it used to be in here. I used to have it sitting right here. You know what? Maybe I'll do it before the episode next time. I'll show it because I have to find it. I used to have it right here sitting with its frame in my desk, but I haven't. But I must have moved it a while ago. So I'll find it before the show next time. I'll show it to you guys next time. Oh no, everything just went away. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to it.
We spent 14 hours making sources and creating sources on a Sunday instead of sitting by the pool. We're just strategizing, doing our best, and that's the fun part of it.
Some artists aren't feeling the time crunch as much as others. One contestant is so far ahead, she decided to spend a few minutes talking with me. Is it a power move or a choice that could come back to haunt her?
Does it feel good to like not have to rush?
I thought initially when it said 2 hours, I was like, oh, that's quite a long time, I think. But then I thought that could be famous last words. I could want to eat my words very fast.
Does it feel funny to do an interview in the middle of the room while everyone else is painting?
Yeah, why are you making me do this?
Because you finished so early.
I was just going to go and chill and make a coffee though. And then I heard my name and I was like, oh. I don't really mind sitting here chatting. I think I've just sort of talked myself up over the past little while just to be like, what's the worst that's going to happen? I don't want to take it too seriously and I don't want to look back in this and go, oh man, I took that so seriously that sucked all the fun out of it. I want to look back on this and think of it as a fun time no matter what happens.
After a quick break, Lisa returns to her canvas, and we give the artist some space to paint. As the challenge nears its end, let's check in to see how things are taking shape.
There's a lot of windows I see going on. This is a good stage to catch mistakes, though. Bree, you're working sideways.
Yeah, I'm working sideways so that way I'm only looking at the shapes and values instead of actually like, this is a window, this is a leaf. Especially since we're running low on time, I think if I do it this way, it'll let me be a lot more loose for this building since it's blurry anyway.
Tell me about the choice to not include that light pole. Is it purely practical, or
well,
is
this is
it
a tangent edge, so I could lower it, and then I was like, kind of like it more without because there's enough going on, and I can And if I change my mind, I can always add it.
Yeah. You got a rustic cityscape over here.
Mm-hmm.
A little Italian villa. Are you going to do the mountains in the background?
Well, these are the mountains. I did it too high
Okay.
when I was measuring, so these will be that. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll probably just need to like just add a bit of stuff or something to them.
How much detail are you going to render at the end? As much as you can, or are you going to leave some parts?
Probably like this building, I won't add a lot to it. I do want to work on this area a lot because I like it, like all those reflections. I don't know how they subtract in it. I'm like subtracting and it's all like just muddying, you know? So
As brushes race across the canvas, each artist makes their final choices, correcting lines, balancing colors, and bringing their cityscapes to life. Time is almost up.
This is it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Subtraction tools down.
I started to get lost in the details, but then I stepped back and was like, what's the most important thing? But I finished it for today.
I don't know. I'm proud of it. And if this is the one that sends me home, I'm really proud of what I created, you know?
It seems the indirect method really tested the artists, and some contestants are spotting that a few didn't quite stick to the rules they were told.
We were told it's based on skill. We're, you know, trying to show the mastery program and what steps we do. And some people definitely didn't.
she's going to have advantage in time. That advantage is kind of, is a little unfair.
Now, do I stick exactly to a T what the lesson shows, or can I deviate from it? Because obviously some people have.
If some of the contestants didn't follow the subtractive method in the second layer, it raises a bigger question. Is this considered cheating, or is it just another form of strategy? And who exactly is taking this risk? We'll discover that answer soon enough.
Who was it?
Next time on The Outstanding Artist, a mystery still life challenge pushes technical abilities to their limits.
As soon as they heard that, they were like, no.
Artists scramble for one last chance to polish their paintings before judgment.
They took a massive risk, and I feel like it paid off.
Emotions run high, and what unfolds in the studio could change everything.
I want to know, who was it? Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's try to look at everyone's paintings. Okay, so these two are definitely doing the subtractive. She seems to be doing it too. Oh, is it this lady? Because they're supposed to lay down the colors and then take away from it. Which is she not doing? Who is it? The episode is over. Exactly. See, I don't like this, how they're breaking it up. It should be like part, So season 4 episode, this should not technically be episode 2, part 1. I do not like this. Now you have to wait a week for the the other half of the episode. It drives me crazy. I hate this. I hate the way that they're doing it. Just put it together, have it be an hour long, and have an hour-long episode for every single episode. I hate that they're doing this. I hate it. I really do. At first, I was like, maybe I'm being a little too harsh. It's only been 2 episodes, but no, I don't like this. I do not like this. Fix it. Okay. Well, that was it for this one. So far, it's not finished, and I can't provide my commentary on it. I know I had this painting in here. I want to show it to you guys, but I don't know where it is. I think I moved a bunch of stuff because I lowered my desk, because this used to be a standing desk, which is why you guys didn't see the Batman chair for a long time, because I had like my standing stool, but my back was just killing me, so I had to go back to having the chair here. So I lowered my desk and I moved this painting somewhere. I'll find it before next episode. Anna, can you give a link to the channel? This link to the episode is actually in the description, but here I will link it. Here you go. But yeah, no, this is a excellent art channel. They have a lot of instructive videos on here, and I've paid for one of their classes. It was like $25. I'm actually working on a video of it, and like personally, after paying for one of their classes and seeing some of their free demos that they have, they're very similar. So I would recommend checking out some of their free demos if you're interested in it. But this is a I follow all of them. After episode 1 of the season, I went and I followed all of the artists on Instagram that are competing, but I followed, the Milan Art family. I follow all of them for years now, and, I think that they're all great, outside of, like, the content creation, like, I just think that they're fun humans. Um, do you guys I know that this is, an episode about this, but there's this other video I was watching and this guy's, like, building a table. I won't watch it on here, but I'll tell you about it. If you are interested in watching something fun, this guy is building, like, a $30,000 table that he's gonna donate so he can get a date with this chick that works at the Humane Society for Animals. This whole video is about him trying to get a date. He was married to this lady for a long time, and then, she wanted a divorce, so he got divorced, and now he's trying to date this, like, cute blonde girl that works with animals. And so he's building like, he sells these tables. They're really high end, like, pure slabs. Like, I think this is a pure slab of walnut, and he does, like, this exopoxy thing, and, he sells them for, like, tens of thousands of dollars, and it's a fun channel, but, he's trying to get a date with this girl, so he's building a table so he can donate it, and then he can get her number. And the guy just asked him, he's like, "What happens if, like, you do all of this to get a date with this chick?" And she says, "No." And his reaction, like, here, I wanna go back 'cause it's funny. Oh, hold on.
This kind of seems just like a big ploy to get a date.
Kind of. This is explicitly what this is.
What if you do all this and she still doesn't go out?
Does Tom Brady sit there worrying at practice about what if I don't win the Super Bowl? Is he like, what if all these reps are for nothing?
Probably.
Yeah, then we won't use any of this voiceover or any of this on-camera stuff. What if his table springs a big leak and the whole project's ruined?
Could happen.
But see, he, like, I watch it at, like, times 2 speed because I just like watching the building process. But, here, I'll mute it for a second, but it's fun, like, watching how he makes these tables, but these are the kind of things that I actually watch on YouTube. I know, everyone's always like, "Oh, who's your favorite, like, Star Wars content creator?" I'm like, "I don't watch any of those videos. I only, like, watch art YouTube." And, all speaking of that, big shout out, my favorite like, one of my favorite art YouTubers, I won't say he's my favorite, but this guy named 1000, oh my gosh. So he just launched this, like, 3 days ago, and he broke $300,000. So he has been working for over a year on this card game. So this is him right here. His name's 1000. You guys can go and check out all of the videos that he's done. So he like see every single one of these cards, he did all of the art for it. And he has a video for like each series. So and a few years ago he did like a card deck and that raised over $1 million. So if you guys are interested, he just came out with this card game and Creo Cards is like a company that's like making it for him. So they're the ones that are like running the campaign. But he just did a video going over like the fact that it's done and showed like some of the samples. It looks awesome. I don't know how to play this game. I forgot what the word for it was. It's probably some here on this Kickstarter, but he put so much work into it and it was amazing watching the entire process. And he's got like a lot of dedicated fans and everyone's been so excited about this. And I mean, it's been a year in the making. I remember when he started making these videos for it. It was really cool. But yeah, in 3 days, $300,000. Like I'm so happy for him. That's awesome. But, he's got this going on, so that's a fun channel if you've never heard of it. It's called 1000. He does it really cool, and the editing is, like, really fun. They're really fun videos to watch. And then, guys, I'm gonna do a little shilling myself because, look, the eye project, this has been years in the making. As you guys know, years ago, I wanted to better my skill, and so I asked you guys if you guys would like to volunteer to have your eyes painted, and, I launched this Indiegogo to create a book and I got my sample book in. It's here. It's real. I cannot believe it. Look at this. This is a hardcover book. It's my first art book ever. Okay, look at so here's me with all of the eyes. All of those eyes are in this book. This was my original like idea, and then I think at the bottom of the page I posted the updated design that I have. Let me see. I think it's yeah, so see, here's the updated design. This obviously was with a black book, but I decided that the first one, since I painted 200, I was gonna do multiple ones. So the first one, I wanted to have it be brown, like, brown eyes, and then the second book is gonna be blue for, like, blue eyes, and then the third book is gonna be green for green eyes because I decided to do more. Where the fuck is my eye? Your eye, Patrick T, didn't I yours is, like, the second one on there, right? But you didn't like it, so I need to repaint it. So you'll actually be featured in 2 books. Patrick T, this is you. That's you right there. You're eye number 2, but you didn't like it, so I gotta repaint it. Okay, let me go back to showing you guys. Okay, so here is the concept art versus the reality. Look at that. So guys, once these books are done and they're shipped to me, I'm gonna be able to start fulfilling. I have everything else. I've just been uh I have just been going back and forth because you guys would not know how technical you have to be. So I was trying to tell them because they wanted it to be so this is pressed into the book, this gold. And so you see how it's, like, pressed in. So the pages are gonna be gold. This is just the sample that they sent to me, like, the book isn't even, like, together. You see, it's, like, in pieces. They just had to send me the sample. And so this they wanted it to, like, be centered with the spine included, and I said, "No, I just want it centered right here with this part. I don't need it centered with the spine because then it's gonna be, like, it's this would have been, like, all the way over here," and I'm like, "No, I don't want it centered that way. I want it exactly like it is right now." Like, I don't care if there's, like, extra space for the spine. People get it. But so it was, like, going back and forth and, like, making sure that this was the right size. So it says on the side, it says the eye project, and then down here, it's got a little eye with a 1 in it. And so I drew this, I designed this entire thing. I'm so, so happy with the way that it came out. It's beautiful. The interior pages, so, like, for an example, this is what the interior looks like. So it's an eye on each page, and then the eye, like, what eye it is. So, like, this is eye 15 and, I have 14 and 15 on here with the person's name that they gave me. And so once, guys, once I get the books in, I'm gonna take some professional photos in front of my wall of eyes that are right next to me, as you guys can see, like, right here. And that's why I haven't, like, shipped out any of these eyes yet because I wanna get photos of, like, the books with all of the eyes. And so once I get these in and I get everything photographed, then guys, I if you guys wanna purchase your eye and have it, sent to your home, I will send it all out. So, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. So that, this is actually still up on Indiegogo because I don't know how to take campaigns down yet, so I've just left it up. So if you guys would like, if you haven't backed the book yet and you would like to go and, back it on there, I can't believe that this is real. I can't believe that this really happened. It's so incredible. So thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you. Doc Brewski, thank you for the 4.99. That looks great. Can't wait to get it. Congrats. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ads80. Anna has a rare combo of talent. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. But guys, I guess we will be back. Oh, this is the wrong one. Next week for the conclusion of this. This is so frustrating. I might actually leave a comment. I don't ever comment on YouTube videos, but I might leave a comment because I'm gonna give it a like, but I am so frustrated. I really hate that they're breaking up episodes. Just release, like, the full hour. And you need like, I'm frustrated. Ah! Okay. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here and supporting the stream. I'm gonna do this every Monday. So we will do reactions, and commentary on, the competition, until it's done. So I'm going to be doing this every Monday. I don't like streaming on Fridays because that's my day with Peaches, but these episodes do come out on Friday morning. So I would like to do it sooner, but I just got to work with the time that I can. And Monday nights are easiest for me. But, anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to this channel to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all that we actually get notifications when I do videos and live streams. And leave me a comment on the stream letting me know what you liked about it and letting me know your predictions for next week's episode. But with that being said, guys, I am going to go to bed. So thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you because we are really, 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 really going to need it. Bye, everyone.